and welcome once again to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. As usual, I'm Nick Pendrell, and equally as usual...
I'm Dave Buckley from REM. Good morning, everybody.
Unusually, we have somebody from the auto business here with us today, in the form of Randy from Nelson's Autohaus, I would imagine you pronounce it.
That's right.
So, what brand of car can we expect to get at Nelson's Autohaus?
BMW.
All right, okay. Clues in the name.
Nothing else. Yeah.
No, BMW we have, and also second-hand cars too,
Okay.
in the premium selection.
Right, right. So, how did Nelson's Autohaus manage to get formed in the first place?
Actually, about 14 years ago.
Oh,
It's quite a while.
not here, though.
No,
No.
it's in Chonburi.
Right.
And we started there, the project in 2000.
Right. Right.
And actually, it all started more as a, let's see if I can, I come from the background of the auto industry in the U.S. And I was selling my company here in Thailand. I was in another business, and all of a sudden, BMW Thailand formed and came to Thailand in '97. They started reorganizing.
Oh, right. As recently as that. I'm surprised it took them that long to come over here.
So they changed with, there was an importer, and then they took
Right.
over, and then they restructured Thailand.
Okay.
And then I happened to be, just luck of the draw. I had no intention to get into the business, I just by accident.
Okay. And by accident, are you enjoying it?
It's
it
a lot of
going well?
work. It's a
Can
lot of
imagine.
work
Yeah.
in Thailand. It's
Of BMWs, well, they're much sought after, certainly where I'm from. I mean, are they very popular in Thailand?
it's number one, probably
Yeah.
at the top of the list for a premium brand.
Right, yes.
And this is a country that likes brands.
Likes its premium.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Likes its brands full stop, doesn't it? Yeah. Of any sort. Yeah, yeah. So, are you sort of beset by big taxes on bringing vehicles here, or what's the situation?
Well, the situation here is sure when you import the car, there is that tax issue, and that's why we have the factory here.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Right. So you've bypassed it
By setting up the factory to keep the taxes lower than if we brought in everything by
Where is the
import.
factory located?
Factory's in Rayon.
Oh,
That's
right, very close
Amata
then.
City,
Right.
industrial site.
Okay.
And which of the models do they assemble there?
We assemble the 3 Series, the 5 Series, the 7 Series, all the X1, X3, and soon to be X5.
Well,
And
I lost track after the 7
yeah,
Series.
most of them by the sound of
Yeah,
it.
I did actually own a 7 Series at one time in the UK when I thought I was doing very well. But it was only second hand, I should add, because I couldn't afford the full jobby. It's an excellent car, very, very. Certainly probably the best I ever owned.
No, same story here, and I worked for a company, and even the most junior sales rep had a BMW because the depreciation was so low that you could actually resell them after 3 years after they came out of leasing, and the depreciation was a lot lower, so it actually worked out cheaper than a non-premium brand. The reps were obviously very happy as well.
sure.
Good for retaining your staff, I would have thought.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, is the 3 Series still the entry level on BMW?
No, it's the
Or
X1
it
is the entry.
expenses now? Yeah, okay.
Is the entry level, and there's different models. You have your X1, your base model, and then you have the Sport, and then X line, all the way up to the diesel in the X1.
Okay.
And
So what's the starting price now for
the base X1 is 1.99
Really?
starting,
Just under the 2.
just under 2 million.
Okay.
And what's the most expensive? What's the other end of the scale?
Probably anything that's assembled in Thailand, the most expensive car would be the 740.
Right.
That's going to be 9.2.
Right. So, how many of those do you sell a year then?
The 7 Series do quite well.
Yeah.
It's an executive premium car, and does well.
And you also have some sort of especially go faster models. Is it the M range or something?
Well, actually, what they did was the M series is, it's a high-end car. So if we have to, it's an expensive car. So what we've done is we've come up with the Active Hybrid, which is a big motor, 306 horsepower in the Active Hybrid.
Right.
And the price range is 4,499 compared to probably over 10 million for the M3.
Wow.
And it's only a second slower than the M3.
Oh, I'm sure I would have noticed that. No.
But I
To
mean,
save myself 5 mil, I think I can be a second slower to 60.
but you do get the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's 306 horsepower, and then from 0 to 60 is the hybrid.
Right.
So if you're driving around town, and then
So let's do a car test sometime. I might not give Dr. Ian the elbow and do it myself.
So the factory in Ryan, how big is it? How many people does it employ? Or how many cars per year comes off the production line?
I mean, now I think it's cars, over, up to, over 8,000 cars.
Wow.
Right
Is that
now.
purely for Thailand consumption?
That's
or
just
do they go
Thailand,
outside?
just for
Just
Thailand.
Thailand.
8,000
Over-
BMWs a
over,
year?
yeah.
Wow, that is pretty impressive knowing what sort of price points they are. And
So where's your showroom?
Showrooms in Chunbury,
Yeah.
because at the time there, when we opened up in 2000 there, Pattaya was small, okay? And Chunbury still is the old money in the big city, and it has all the, still a lot of the government offices for this territory, Chunbury province.
Okay.
And
Any thoughts of having another dealership sort of in
there's
or
always,
Pattaya?
future, the future. But with the highways and everything now, to get to Chunbury, it can be anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, depending on if you go down.
I mean, let's be honest, if people have got their hearts set on a BMW, they'll travel for it, won't they? It's not as if they've got to go 5 minutes down the road or I'm not going.
Yeah.
Maybe for another brand of car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty quick to get to Chunbury there, and in Chunbury we're right next to the Central, Chunbury, and Tesco Lotus right in the middle.
Right.
So it's a good location.
Yeah.
Couldn't miss us.
And for your own branch in Chonburi, what is the split of buyers between sort of wealthy Thais and expats?
Well, because I'm an expat, I do quite well with the expat market because I deal with it personally.
Right.
But it's still a Thai market, okay, and that's still going to be the dominant market. And but since in this territory in Chonburi, there is an expat buyers
Right.
for the premium brand, and it grows every year.
So yeah, I can imagine just by the sheer
Is
number
there
of
any
people.
particular make more popular than others at the moment? Is the one that you're finding easier to?
I think between the three, the X line, the 3 Series, and the 5 are all doing quite well.
And how do your sales, the split between models, compare with the worldwide sales? Are they pretty much in line with that, or are there some peculiarities to the Thai market?
I mean, it's pretty, there's a split there. Because you're looking at what BMW has done we have creative financing. So if you've taken the pricing of these cars and tried to get them to that 2 million range, it's opened up the middle class here, and we have creative financing, anywhere from, the balloons, so we can lower the payments and find ways to get people, financed.
Right.
Okay.
And can foreigners, expats, also get financing?
Sure, no problem.
It's different from condos then, because
So you have a balloon payment, which I take. I mean, is you pay a tiny old chunk at the very end of the contract. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a deferred payment.
Yeah. So do people sort of take it for 3 years or whatever? I don't know what the period is, and then do they sort of chop it in before the big payment comes and go for something else? Or?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And if they don't, want to trade the car in, they just refinance the balloon
Right.
and keep the car. So there's a lot of flexibility. Either you trade the car back in, you refinance the balloon, or you pay it off and you keep the car.
Right.
And you have options. And it's done quite well now, and the Thai market understands the balloon now.
And the market overall in Thailand, we're both from the UK. In the UK, as soon as you take possession of a car, it immediately drops quite considerably in value. But that doesn't seem to be the situation here with any sort of car in Thailand. They don't depreciate at the same sort of rate.
No, not, they're not going to drop like you said, the UK or the US. They hold their value.
Yeah. So, it's still, worth the best part of what it was when you first took it on. So.
Yeah, I was quite surprised by how, in general, all cars depreciate so much lower here.
Yeah, it's good. And I used to hate that in the UK. Take control. Oh, it's gone down.
Yeah.
Not half the price, but it was certainly most cars going down quite a lot.
And here with the BMWs, we have that, we have a maintenance agreement, which is a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer maintenance agreement on the car that pays pretty much for everything. Oil changes, filters, pretty much everything except the tires.
Right.
So it's a maintenance-free car. So on the other hand, cars are more expensive here, but on the other hand, it's a maintenance-free car too.
Right.
So that is, that's a perk, big perk. 'Cause
Definitely.
when you bring the car in, there's no expense.
Yeah. What's the what's planned for the year ahead? Are any of the models having a sort of makeover or new models?
Sure. We just introduced the new 420 coupe, which used to be the 3 Series coupe.
Right.
Okay. Now it's the 420, which we've introduced. Next will be the X5, which will be assembled here in Thailand. So that's going to be probably the newest model in line right now.
Right.
Which people have been waiting for that, and that's another car to bring up numbers when it's assembled here, because it'll bring the price down.
Yeah. What sort of market share overall does BMW have these days then?
For the
Overall
for the
Thai
premium.
market. Well,
And when you look at the premium market here, I mean, it's just we're nick and tuck with our only competitor really is Mercedes.
Yeah.
And it's nick and tuck. And when you look at percentages, I mean, you're looking at I think between both of us, I mean, close to 20,000 cars a year, close between the two.
Pretty impressive, definitely.
Which is, come a long ways from when I first started as a dealer. The market has grown, and plus we have a good selection of models to pick from now.
Sure.
Because when I first started, we only had the 3, the 5, the
Right.
7, and the X3. So now it's
a
more cars,
good
more
choice.
selection, and that opens up the market too for more buyers.
Right. So when people come to Nelson's Autohaus, what can they expect? Is it a large operation? Do you have everything on the one site?
Yeah, we have everything. We just, remodeled the showroom.
Do you repair?
Yeah, we have
stuff,
everything.
all
We
that
have full service.
Yeah.
Sales, service, parts, premium selection.
stuff? Do people come in and just try to buy the badge?
Buy the badge. Sure,
badge.
sure.
Glue it on.
We have a
I can't
nice-
afford the car, but I'd like the
But
badge.
we do have a nice accessories. You'd be surprised. You carry a lot of accessories to show in the showroom, and people buy it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you have it there to see, and then they buy it.
Excellent. So tell us how we can get to your showroom exactly from here in Pattaya.
Well, actually, we have a lot. We have. If someone wanted to get to my showroom and they called me, we have service to pick them up. If
Right.
they didn't have any transportation, or they can't find Chonburi, which some people can't find Chonburi. But actually, it's pretty easy here from Pattaya, either straight down Sukhumvit to Chonburi, or Highway 7,
Okay.
the motorway. So it's pretty easy to get to.
But if they sufficiently interested, you'd pick them up and make
Yeah,
sure,
we have
make sure they
we have
didn't miss you.
mobility service for sales and service. Also, if the car breaks down.
That's great. So if you're in the market for a BMW, head down to Nelson's Autohaus. Now, can we toast the success of your continuing operation? Thanks to our partners, who supplied the drinks. That's
Cheers.
the Soul
Cheers.
Restaurant, Pratt & Soy 4.
All right, cheers.